Hello, all. This is a live reading, Chapter 2, The Black Cuck. In the first chapter, we learned that Marcus was a very successful black man. He was a lawyer. He had dated interracially a lot in the past. He was now married to a black woman, and his fetish was to see her be gangbanged by a non-black man. And he was trying to get her on board with that. This is going to be Chapter 2. LaMarcus. I sat in my luxury office after I won my 15th case. That was a guy suing a huge company. I won his case for $1.2 million. I was getting 15% of that. I love being good at my job, and I made lots of money doing it. I called up my fiance, Kira. Kira was a virgin, and she would give me her virginity when we were engaged. I was going on 30 and wanted to be settled down after a wild bachelor lifestyle, and most of my friends were engaged or married. I had fucked every race of woman on this earth, and had traveled to so many countries, I lost count. I pretty much was born into wealth, being that my parents were my parents were lawyers and now retired and still political figures. My father, let me turn that. Sorry, guys. My father actually made my mother quit her career and be a stay-at-home wife and mother that he could totally control and cheat on her constantly. Kira was from the ghetto, but she handled her business and went to a black university, got her education, and we met in Paris. We were both in Paris with friends on a tourist trip. She was so quiet and shy. I knew I wanted her to be mine from the first time we met. No one knew much about her, and I liked that. She wouldn't even let me kiss her until our 5th date. I fucked women discreetly as I waited for Kira to give me the pussy. Also, started getting heavily into porn. My favorite was when the white guy would watch his black guys fucking his wife. It made me so hard to watch the white horse get fucked in every hole by a gang of black hung men. I loved interracial porn, and truthfully, Kira was the first black woman I had dated in a few years. I loved when my big black cock would enter the pretty pink pussy of a non-black woman. It was a beautiful sight. I wanted the fantasy and sexual release, and I got it over and over and over throughout the years, but something was still missing in my desires. I knew I wasn't gay because I had watched gay porn a time or two, and it didn't get me off like heterosexual porn. I met Kira, and I wanted black love again. I wanted her to be my wife, go with me on family vacations, job parties, out to expensive restaurants. She was so smart, classy, and beautiful. Being that I was dating a black woman, I would watch black women getting fucked by BBC. I begged my girlfriend for her virginity almost every day, and she refused until we were engaged. I was planning to ask her to marry me in a few weeks when the 4-carat diamond ring I customized for her returned to my jeweler. After I left work that day, I went home and called my fiance, which I did every day, to check on her and tell her I loved her. I wanted some pussy so bad, but for the last month, I tried to be true to Kira, so I had been masturbating quite a bit. It just took the edge off. Never real relief. I went to Pornhub to see some black whores get gangbanged. I love the way their chocolate pink pussies always look so beautiful filled with cum. I went to my favorite scene and looked at the comments. There was a profile of a naked, thick bitch that promoted a website of black girls taking on lots of men, and I hit the link, and I waited as it loaded patiently. I was disgusted by the way those white men were forcing those sisters to take sexual abuse. I made a comment, "Fucking rape is a crime, you fucking crackers." And I left the disgusting website that promoted white men doing gangbangs on black women. They had made some of the black women say they love white cock only. I had gotten so hard seeing the men almost worship the black women's bodies and how she moaned. I bet she was faking it, I told myself. Black women only wanted BBC and everyone knew it. I avoided porn for a while after that. You guys, this is chapter 2. I will be coming back and reading chapter 3, which gets more into detail. And I'll start chapter 3, porn addiction, LaMarcus. I looked around the courtroom and I knew I had everyone's attention, including the judge that had a big crush on me and had propositioned me in sex more than once. I felt full of power because I was making $250,000 on this high-profile case. It was dealing with male celebs accused of molesting, sexually assaulting a group member of a well-known rock band. The victim had so much evidence, that I would have been crazy not to take the case. We took a recess and talked to my client in total confidence. We have them by the balls. The text messages said it did it, I said, and my client smiled in complete happiness. He would be getting a $3 million lawsuit, and I was still a newlywed, being married about 8 months. I loved my innocent, classy wife that I could make come so fast because of my experience and her lack of experience. She was so easy to get along with and just so feminine. I would show her off because of her melanated beauty, and she was so driven and wanted success, and I helped her along the way. I was really surprised to be settled down with a black woman, but Kira won my heart with her laid-back personality and sweet gestures. I was noticing how she was a little whore in bed. I loved eating her ass and pussy and filming her body jerking from the orgasm I gave her. She was so dick and tongue whipped. It was so fun sliding into her. It was so molding her into my little slave slut. I had a very nasty bedroom ideals for my wife that she had no idea of. I wanted to eventually have threesomes, but I would take my time in introducing her to my kinky thoughts. I was on a 3-hour break and I needed to come. I went to my office and pulled up some nasty porn. I had a favorite black whore that I followed all of her social media accounts. Her name was Kinsley. Oh, she was a black goddess, but she rarely fucked black guys. She was so sensual and just nasty. I watched as she rubbed oil on her body. Her nipples were hard and so pretty, looking like big hard raisins. She spreaded her thick, tight thighs, and rubbed her wet pussy. "Fuck you, fine as hell," I said low, stroking my big hard black cock that wanted release so bad. I imagined me there eating her chocolate pink pussy. She caressed her pretty wet pussy and I got so hard. I didn't want to come just yet, so I squeezed my balls, which helped me prolong things. Hey, that's the beginning. This most controversial. My stuff is not for the faint of heart. That's just some of chapter 3. Visit my website, sumipublications at wildapricot.org. I just started my new, where you can, it's not a third party anymore where you buy my ebooks. You can buy them right off my website. Visit sumipublications.wildapricot.org. This is the Black Cuck. I don't know if I have that in my store yet on my website. I'll have to download it if I don't. But yeah, this is one of my books. It's going to get crazy. This is dealing with fetishes. It's dealing with ecstasy pills. It's dealing with, like I said, just fetishes. And this is a black couple. And that's just a little bit of what I'm writing. Well, I've already wrote the book. It's been wrote. But yeah, and if you're on Amazon, Kindle Vella, I am updating also weekly on there. And you have to purchase each episode. And I will keep you very, very into what's going on. But like I said, this is not for the faint of heart. This is most controversial. And you guys have a great Friday night. Bye.